I'm almost positive Eonar, the Winter Queen, and Elune, they're all related to one another. And I think that those three represent 3 of the 4 seasons, and I think that their missing brother, Anshe, is probably the one who represents the 4th season, which is most likely summer. So I think Eonar could be spring, growth. Sargeras could be summer, light and the sun. Or Anshe, sorry. Elune could be fall and withering and darkness, but still connected with light, or life. And then the Winter Queen could be like the renewal, right? The rebirth to bring back to spring. You know what I'm saying? And in this way, you create this like familial cycle kind of thing. And yeah, call it like the winds. Yeah, like the winds in Greek myth. Yeah, hot south wind or whatever. Yeah, same kind of concept. And I think that matches pretty well with like the Windrunner family, where you have 3 sisters, which are called Lady Sun, Lady Moon, and Little Moon. And then you have their brother, who's gone. He's missing. He died. And he's Little Sun. So it's like Little Sun is like Anshe, who's like missing, potentially. And then you have 3 sisters, but only 2 of these sisters like really outwardly say that they're related. Like that's the thing that is weird to me, is that Eonar is either one of their sisters or their mom. Which I could also make that make sense too. But I feel like the fractal doesn't align as well in that case. And I would like to say, guys, my theories, you haven't even heard some of my newest ones. I have theories now that Azeroth is like the Ottoman crystal, and she's broken up into lots of pieces. And I think that these pieces could have been present in many, many, many worlds. And I think that the main piece that we live with, the piece that's inside of our world, is her heart. And I think that all creation flowing outward from the heart, the stuff from Zereth Mortis, is kind of talking about that. Her heart is a crater and we have filled it. We're at the heart. We're in the heart of the cosmos. And I think that what has happened is she's been broken up. And I don't know if she did that to herself on purpose. I think back to Velen when the Legion was descending upon Argus. Velen gets the Ottoman crystal and he activates it. If I'm not mistaken, it splits into 7 crystals. There's also 7 titans in the pantheon. So, and each one is a different color of light. You got red, yellow, purple, green, indigo, orange, right? So you have like a spectrum. So what's happening is you take this base crystal, the light inside of it is being prismatically shattered, right? So it's breaking into its aspects, its elements, right? And then so what happens is like all of these different stones with different specific powers, some powers which can be linked directly to the titans themselves are individually used, but I think that they're like infinity stones, but they're not, because they're actually, maybe the infinity stones are like this too, I don't know, but they're actually part, I think, of a whole mechanism. And so I think Azeroth is similar, where in some regard, Ganon's music comes on, that's fitting because fucking Organon. But anyway, I think about the Ottoman crystal, I think about Azeroth like, well, a cosmos divided. Like, hold on a second. It's becoming more clear that like, and I've believed this for a while, but all of the different, you guys aren't gonna like this, maybe you will. All of the different cosmic things, they're all light. All of them. They're all an aspect of light. They're all a color they're all a shade of light. Even death is a shade of light, even if it's the dark blue one or whatever. There's light there. It seems like it's everywhere, but there's also shadow, I think, in everything too, right? Like it's kind of like part of everything. But yeah, I think Azeroth is the cosmos divided. And here's the deal, chat. Sargeras, Elune, and probably all the Titans are part of her as well. But I think in this way, this division of the cosmos, as we have kind of discussed, learned, hypothesized, it causes conflict. It causes the soul of the cosmos to be in conflict with itself. And what has happened is that I think the Titans have furthered that concept of division, of splitting. And I think that the truth is that for the cosmos to survive, it needs to unify. It needs to come back together. Everything that is expanded out needs to come back. And I think that Sargeras, or Anshe and Elune, are the two most direct children of Azeroth, and two probably very large fragments of her soul. I think that Argus is as well. And to a degree, now, the more that I think about Azeroth being shattered into aspects, the more I look at the Titans, and I'm like, well, hold on a second here now. Because Farim said the 6 were one, and the 7th the other. What does that imply? The 6 were one, but they're not anymore. They're 6. It was split. Something happened in the cosmos where the 1 and the 1 became the 1 and the 6th, or the 6th, which were 1, and the 7th, if that makes sense. That is to say that 2 prime beings changed into 1 prime being, and a prime being split into 6 other aspects. That is all to say, once again, that we're talking about, like, the Titans themselves could all... This is gonna fuck you guys up. Same with the old gods. It's crazy. They could be fragments, shattered pieces of a larger being. And if we're talking about Azeroth, god creator of the cosmos, I mean... I feel Azeroth and Argus are very much in contention for, like, those supreme level beings. Because even I look at the Titans and I'm like, well, hold on a second here now. Hold on a second here now. Come on here now. Wait a second now. Come on now. Wait a second. I look at them and I'm like, wait. Their souls are tiny compared to Argus. His is fucking huge. They're tiny. And they also look like they're being affected by domination. I'm just going to say it. I've been doing Antorus again a lot lately, and all the Titan souls have this black and blue energy moving through them. It looks like they're being dominated. It's not good. It's not good. And then also in the Argus the Unmaker fight, now not the mythic fight, so maybe this part's not canon, but it's made to make you think. In the normal fight, Aman'Thul uses a temporal blast on Argus. And what happens is it's supposed to collapse time around Argus, but Argus splits into like 7 different constellars. Is it actually 7? It could be 7, it could be 6, it could be 8. I have to, it's fire, frost, arcane, holy, nature, physical, shadow. It's every aspect of Fel. Anyway, Argus splits, I think is what happens, into these constellar designates, and he disappears. He's just gone. And we're like, look at these constellars! And then we start fighting them. And then Norgannon's like, this dialogue didn't get put in the game, but Aman'Thul is supposed to say, Norgannon, your keen senses may expose our enemy's weakness. But he never says that. So Norgannon just does the thing, and it exposes all their weaknesses, and you kill them all, and then Argus like reforms. And I'm like looking at this, and I'm like, wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. Argus's fight, his fight description literally says, what is it? Bound, broken, a shattered, aeons of existence knowing only pain, a shattered soul fueling infinite evil. A shattered soul? What? What the fuck does that mean? And I'm thinking in the fight, wait a second, we fight him and he breaks up into like 7 different constellars. And then I look at Argus's constellation structure and it's huge. It's way bigger than the Titans. There's way more constellations in it. And I start to think, do the Titans are they constellar type beings that come together to make a prime being? Something really powerful? And is it possible for one of them to manipulate the others into basically like forfeiting their power? I'm looking at you, Norgannon. Because let's be honest, Norgannon is like the most direct expression of order of any of them, besides maybe Aman'Thul. And then I think about this and I'm like, wait a second, shattered souls, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, wait, I've even talked about before that Aman'Thul and Norgannon could be 2 parts of the same being. Like your Murozond and your Nozdormu. Your time boy and your infinite time boy who does not want the end to happen. You got the good time boy who's like a good time boy and he's like patient and he's thoughtful and he doesn't speak before he thinks. He doesn't act out of impulse, which is very strange considering Aman'Thul is alleged to act out of impulse several times. And then you have Murozond, who is fucking crazy, right? Like, whatever way you want to put it. I feel like Norgannon and Aman'Thul are like Null Thal. where they're like, they're supposed to be one entity, like space-time. Not time and then space, space-time. But it's not like that.